Blood poured from her nose. Then her ears. Then, God help me, her eyes. The girl was kneeling right there in my shop, choking on her own words. I gave them my womb, to steal everything from you. My assistant. My helper. The girl I handed my keys to, trusted with my business, welcomed like a younger sister. She was sent to destroy me. Welcome to Folktales by Amara. This is the story of Nkiru, a woman whose kindness opened the door, and the assistant sent straight from hell itself wearing the sweetest smile you ever saw. Nkiru Okafor stood in her shop at 7 in the morning, and honestly, she looked exhausted. Not the kind of tired you fix with sleep. The kind that sits on your shoulders like a sack of cement and just stays there. Threads of grace, that's what she called her boutique. Right there in the heart of Onitsha main market. Ankara fabrics hanging on the walls, glowing like sunset under the lights. Lace materials stacked so neat you'd think she used a ruler. 8 years. That's how long it took her to build this. 8 years from a single table on the roadside to this, 3 rooms, glass displays, air conditioning that actually worked. Women came from all over Anambra State just to buy from her. Not only because her fabrics were quality, but because Nkiru had something you can't fake. Something gentle in her spirit that made everyone feel like they mattered. A small girl ran into the shop, breathing hard, sweat on her forehead. Auntie Nkiru. She could barely get the words out. My mama said, she said she will come tomorrow for the fabric. She's selling her yams first. Nkiru bent down to the child's level. Smiled. Not that fake customer service smile. A real one. Tell your mama no problem. I will keep the fabric for her. She pressed 20 naira into that small palm. And here, buy pure water on your way home. The sun is hot today. That little girl's face. It lit up like a lamp. Thank you, auntie. God will bless you. As the child ran off, Ugochi, Nkiru's part-time assistant, an older woman with knowing eyes, shook her head. Nkiru, you're too soft. That woman will not come tomorrow. She's been saying tomorrow for 2 weeks now. Nkiru just kept arranging her lace materials. Maybe. But what if tomorrow she truly comes and I've sold her fabric? She'll be disappointed. She paused. I know what it feels like to have little and still hope for something beautiful. Ugochi's expression softened. She'd watched this girl grow from nothing. You have a good heart, my daughter. But you work too hard. You need help. And that right there was the truth Nkiru couldn't run from anymore. She woke up at 4 a.m. to pray. Opened the shop by 7. Didn't close until 8 in the evening. Inventory, sales, deliveries, customer complaints, all of it on her shoulders alone. Ugochi only came 3 times a week. She was old, had her own family to mind. But before we dive deeper into this story, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You do not want to miss what happens next. Trust me, That evening, Nkiru sat in her small office at the back of the shop, counting the day's money. Her phone rang. Sister Nkiru. Her younger brother Chuka's voice was bursting with excitement. I got the admission. Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Engineering. Joy flooded her chest like warm water. Chuka. Oh, thank God. Thank God. She'd been paying his school fees since their parents died 5 years ago in that car accident on Enugu-Onitsha Road. Chuka was all she had left. All she had. After the call ended, she leaned back in her chair. Stared at the ceiling. University fees. Shop rent due next month. New generator needed, the old one coughed smoke like a dying man every time she turned it on. She whispered a prayer, soft and desperate. God, I'm not complaining. You've been faithful. But I need help. I can't. I can't do this alone anymore. Her voice cracked on that last word. The next morning, God seemed to answer. Or at least, that's what Nkiru thought. A young woman walked into the shop just as Nkiru was unlocking the doors. She wore a simple dress, nothing fancy, just modest and neat. Her hair was packed in a low bun. Face smooth. Eyes respectful. Voice soft as cotton. Good morning, Ma. She bowed slightly. The way well-raised Igbo girls greet their elders. The way that makes your grandmother smile and say, "Oh, this one has home training. My name is Kamsi. Kamsi Nwosu. I'm looking for work." Nkiru paused, studying her. Something about this girl felt familiar. Like looking at a younger version of herself. What kind of work? Anything, Ma. I can sell, arrange stock, clean, run errands. Kamsi's eyes were so honest they almost hurt to look at. I just finished secondary school. My aunt told me you have a good shop and a good heart. I don't have experience in a big boutique like this, but I'm a fast learner. And I'm very loyal, Ma. That word. Loyal. Where do you live? Feg, Ma. I live with my uncle's family. Her voice dropped, got smaller. But they want me to start contributing or leave. I don't have anywhere else to go. Something squeezed in Nkiru's chest. She knew that feeling. Knew what it was like to have no options, to need just one person to take a chance on you. She made her decision the way she always did when her spirit felt peace. Quick. Clean. Okay. Come tomorrow, 7 a.m. sharp. I'll try you for 2 weeks. If you're serious and hardworking, I'll keep you and pay you salary. Kamsi's face, I'm telling you, it exploded with joy. She dropped to her knees right there on the shop floor. Right there. Thank you, Ma. God bless you, Ma. You will never regret this. I will work hard. I will be loyal. I will. It's okay, it's okay. Stand up. Nkiru helped her to her feet, laughing. Just come early and be ready to learn. Kamsi practically danced out of that shop. Ugochi walked in a few minutes later. New customer. New assistant, Nkiru said, still smiling. I prayed for help. God sent her. Ugochi nodded slowly. But something flickered in her old eyes. Something she couldn't name. A shadow. A whisper of doubt. If only, Nkiru had paid attention to that shadow. Because what walked into her shop that morning wasn't a blessing. It was a curse wrapped in a smile. Kamsi arrived the next morning at 6:45 a.m. 15 minutes early. Same humble dress. Small bag on her shoulder. That bright smile that seemed to fill the whole shop with light. Good morning, Ma. Nkiru was impressed. You're early. That's good. Very good. Let me show you how we arrange things. Now, listen. What happened that first week? It was perfect. Too perfect. Day 3, Kamsi knew where every single fabric was stored. The expensive lace, the discounted ankara, the special orders in the back room. Everything. Day 5, she could identify quality materials just by touch. Run her fingers over fabric and tell you if it was pure Hollandaise or that fake Chinese nonsense people tried to sell. Day 7, customers were specifically asking for her. Where is that girl with the sweet smile? Let her help me. Nkiru was delighted. Kamsi, you're a blessing. I don't know how I managed without you. Kamsi lowered her eyes, all shy and humble. It's you who blessed me, Ma. I'm just grateful. But here's the thing. Late at night, when Nkiru locked up and went home to her small flat in GRA, exhausted and ready to collapse into bed, Kamsi stayed behind. I finished sweeping, Ma, she'd say, voice so gentle. You look tired. Go and rest. Are you sure? Yes, Ma. I'll lock up properly. I know how you showed me. And Nkiru, tired, trusting, grateful, gave Kamsi a spare key. That was the first mistake. The moment Nkiru's car pulled out of the market, everything changed. Kamsi's sweet smile melted. Just melted. Like ice under hot sun. Her eyes turned sharp. Cold. Calculating. She walked through that shop slowly, touching everything. Nkiru's chair. Her desk. Her calculator. Her record books. Running her fingers over everything like she was claiming territory. Like a dog marking its ground. From her bag, she pulled out a small black cloth pouch. The smell that came from it. Lord have mercy. It smelled like dark places. Like graveyard sand and something rotting and something old. Inside the pouch, twisted roots that looked like dead fingers. Dark sand. And a photograph. A photograph of Nkiru. Kamsi placed that photo on Nkiru's chair. Knelt beside it. And when she opened her mouth to speak, her voice wasn't human anymore. Cold. Rhythmic. Speaking words that weren't Igbo, weren't English. Something older. Something that made the air in the shop feel thick, heavy, like it was pressing down on your chest. What she has will become mine. Where she stands, I will stand. Who loves her will love me. Who blesses her will bless me. She repeated it. Again. And again. 7 times. Then she took a thread from Nkiru's favorite Ankara fabric, that beautiful gold and burgundy pattern Nkiru loved so much, wrapped it around the photograph, and placed the whole bundle under Nkiru's desk. Deep in the shadows where no one would ever find it. The next morning, Nkiru woke up feeling strange. She'd slept a full 8 hours. But her body felt like she'd been carrying bags of rice all night. Her head was heavy. Her spirit felt dim. Like someone had turned down the light inside her. Maybe I'm coming down with malaria, she muttered, swallowing paracetamol with water. At the shop, Kamsi greeted her with a bright smile. Good morning, Ma. You don't look well, oh. Should you go home and rest? I can manage the shop today. No. I'll be fine. Nkiru forced herself to focus. But throughout the day, strange things started happening. Mrs. Obi, a customer who'd been buying from Nkiru for 5 years, walked in. 5 years. This woman knew Nkiru's voice, her laugh, everything. But that morning, she greeted Nkiru coldly. Like she was a stranger. Then she spent 30 minutes talking and laughing with Kamsi. But twice her usual order. From Kamsi's hands. Not Nkiru's. Another woman came in, face all twisted with anger. This fabric you sold me last week, it tore after 1 wash. What kind of nonsense is this? Nkiru was confused. Genuinely confused. Madam, that's pure Hollandaise. It doesn't tear. Are you sure? Are you calling me a liar? The woman's voice got loud. Real loud. Other customers turned to look. Kamsi rushed forward like a superhero. Gentle. Soothing. Perfect. Ma, please don't be angry. We will replace it. Customer satisfaction is our priority. She turned to Nkiru. Ma, should I get her a new one? Nkiru, embarrassed, confused, just wanting the scene to end, nodded. The customer left happy. Praising Kamsi. Not Nkiru. By the end of the week, the pattern was clear. Customers walked right past Nkiru and went straight to Kamsi. Sales that Nkiru made. Somehow people remembered them as Kamsi's sales. Even Ogochi seemed confused. Nkiru, are you sure you're okay? You seem different. Distracted. I don't know, Mama Ogochi. Nkiru's voice was small. Tired. I just feel off. Like I'm here but not really here. That night, she knelt beside her bed to pray. Opened her mouth. And the words wouldn't come. Her mouth was open, but her spirit felt locked. Like someone had put a padlock on her connection to God. For the first time in her life, prayer felt like talking to a closed door. Fear crept into her chest. Cold. Slow. Like icy water filling her lungs. Meanwhile, across town in a dingy room in Feg, Kamsi sat before a small shrine. Red and black cloth covered the table. Candles burned on either side. In the center, a calabash filled with dark liquid. An old woman sat across from her. Eyes yellowed with age and something else. Something that had seen too many dark things. Too many evil things. Her voice sounded like dry leaves scraping across concrete. Is it working? Kamsi smiled. Not the sweet smile she showed Nkiru. This one was sharp. Cruel. Like a knife. Like magic, Mama Neka. She's fading. In 1 month, everything she has will be mine. Her shop. Her respect. Her light. The old woman leaned forward. Good. That Nkiru thinks she's better than everyone. Walking around with her good heart and her God will bless you. She spat. She rejected my son. Made him look like a fool. Now she will pay. Kamsi's eyes glittered in the candlelight. She will pay with everything. But what neither of them knew, what they couldn't know, was that light, true light, doesn't fade so easily. And Nkiru, the weekend, was not defeated yet. Not yet. 3 weeks. That's how long it took for Nkiru's life to become completely unrecognizable. Sales dropped. Just dropped. No explanation. Customers who used to spend thousands now bought 1 yard and left. Her suppliers, men she'd worked with for years, suddenly wanted cash up front. No more credit. Sorry, Nkiru. Business is business. Her landlord, Mr. Emeka, who'd always been flexible, understanding when rent was a few days late, he showed up at the shop one Tuesday morning. Nkiru, I need 3 months advance. Now. Sir, but you've never. Things have changed. His face was cold. Like he didn't even know her. Pay up or move out. And her body. Her body was betraying her. She was losing weight. Her clothes hung loose on her shoulders. Her skin, that beautiful brown skin that used to glow, looked dull. Ashy. Her eyes carried shadows so that people asked if she was sleeping at all. But you want to know the worst part? The isolation. Friends stopped calling. Just stopped. Like she'd done something wrong, but nobody would tell her what. Church members who used to hug her, pray with her, invite her for lunch, they greeted her from a distance now. Quick nods. Fake smiles. Then they'd hurry away. Even Chuka, her baby brother, the one she was paying school fees for, he called less and less. Sister, I'm busy with orientation. I'll call you back. He never did. One Sunday after service, Nkiru gathered all her courage. Walked up to the pastor's wife, Mommy Pastor Christiana. This woman used to hug Nkiru so tight, call her my daughter, pray over her business. Mommy Pastor, please. Can we talk? I need prayers. Something is wrong with my life. The woman looked at her. Cold eyes. Eyes like a stranger's. Nkiru, I'm busy. Maybe another time. And she walked away. Just walked away. Nkiru stood there in the church parking lot, sun beating down on her head, people flowing past her like water around a stone, and something inside her chest cracked. That afternoon, she sat in her empty flat. TV was on. She wasn't watching. The silence was too loud. Too heavy. Her phone rang. Kamsi. Ma, sorry to disturb you on Sunday. I just wanted to check on you. You didn't look well in church today. Despite everything, despite the exhaustion, the confusion, the fear crawling under her skin, Nkiru felt a small warmth. At least someone still cared. I'm fine, Kamsi. Thank you for checking. Ma, I've been thinking. Kamsi's voice was so gentle, so concerned. You work too hard. Maybe you should rest more. Let me handle the shop some days. Full days, I mean. You trust me, right? Those words. You trust me, right? Something in Nkiru's spirit jerked. Like a hand pulling her back from the edge of a cliff. Do I trust her? The question sat in her spirit like a stone. Heavy. Uncomfortable. We'll see, Kamsi. Let me rest now. After she hung up, Nkiru couldn't shake the feeling. Couldn't shake that small, persistent whisper in her spirit. Something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. She knelt by her bed that night. Determined to pray. Determined. She didn't care if the words didn't come easy. She didn't care if her spirit felt locked. This time, she didn't try fancy prayers. Didn't use big church words. She just wept. God. Her voice broke. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand why everyone has turned against me. Why my body is failing. Why I feel like I'm disappearing. Tears ran down her face, hot and fast. But if there's something I'm not seeing, please. Please, open my eyes. Protect me. I'm so tired. But I trust you. I still trust you. She cried until her throat hurt. Until her knees ached from kneeling on that hard floor. And then, exhausted, she climbed into bed. That night, she had a dream. She was standing in her shop. But everything was dark. The lights were off. The fabrics looked like shadows on the walls. Hello. Her voice echoed. Is anyone here? No answer. She walked toward her office. And that's when she saw her. Kamsi. Standing behind Nkiru's desk. Wearing Nkiru's favorite dress, that burgundy ankara she'd made for Easter. Wearing Nkiru's gold earrings. Her necklace. But it was worse than that. Kamsi was wearing Nkiru's face. Her face. Her smile. Her everything. Like she was becoming Nkiru. Replacing her. Dream Kamsi smiled. Slow. Terrifying. You gave me the key, remember? Nkiru woke up gasping. Heart pounding like a talking drum, boom, 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 boom. Sweat soaking her nightgown. Hands shaking. The room was dark. Silent. But that dream, it felt real. Too real. The next morning, Nkiru made a decision. She arrived at the shop at 6:30 am. Earlier than usual. Earlier than Kamsi. She unlocked the door, stepped inside, and immediately, she smelled something. Something wrong. Not perfume. Not fabric. Not the usual shop smell. Something organic. Earthy. Like soil. Like something that shouldn't be inside a building. Her stomach twisted. She followed the smell. Through the shop. Past the displays. Into her small office. Everything looked normal. Desk neat. Chair pushed in. Record books stacked properly. But the smell was stronger here. She checked the drawers. Nothing. The shelves. Nothing. Behind the curtain. Nothing. And then, she looked under the desk. Her hand touched something. Cold. sticky, wrapped in cloth. She pulled it out. The black pouch fell open in her hands. Dark sand spilled onto the floor. Thick, oily, not like regular sand. Twisted roots that looked like dead fingers reaching. And in the middle of it all, her own photograph. Wrapped in thread. Thread from her favorite Ankara fabric. Nkiru's blood turned to ice. She'd grown up in the village. Spent her childhood listening to her grandmother's stories. She knew what this was. Juju. Dark manipulation. Witchcraft. Her hands started trembling. The photograph shook in her fingers. And suddenly, everything made sense. Kamsi arriving right after she prayed for help. How fast everything fell apart. The strange isolation. The feeling of fading. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't bad luck. This was attack. Someone sent Kamsi to destroy her. But why? Why would this girl, this sweet, humble, respectful girl? She heard footsteps. Outside. Getting closer. Kamsi's voice, singing softly as she approached the shop. Nkiru's heart stopped. She shoved the items back under the desk. Stood up fast. Too fast. Her head spun. The door opened. Good morning, Ma. Kamsi walked in, all smiles. Bright eyes. Sweet voice. You came early today. Nkiru stared at her. Really stared at her. The face she had trusted. Given a chance to. Even begun to love like a younger sister. And behind that sweet smile, behind those respectful eyes, was something dark. Something evil wearing a mask. Yes, Nkiru said slowly. Her voice sounded strange in her own ears. Distant. I came early. Kamsi moved to start her usual routine, sweeping, arranging, humming softly. But Nkiru stopped her. Kamsi. Her voice was quiet. Steady. Sit down. We need to talk. For just a second, just 1 second, something flickered in Kamsi's eyes. Fear. Or was it calculation? Is everything okay, Ma? Nkiru took a slow breath. Before you came to my shop, did anyone send you? Did anyone tell you about me? The smile on Kamsi's face didn't move. Didn't even flicker. No, Ma. I told you. My aunt mentioned you. Why are you asking? Which aunt? Aunt Eagle. She buys fabric from you sometimes. Nkiru searched her memory. Every customer. Every face. She didn't know any Aunt Eagle. What's her full name? Now, Kamsi hesitated. Just for a heartbeat. Eagle. Nwosu. My father's sister. The lie sat in the air between them like smoke. And both of them knew it. Kamsi, Nkiru said softly. Carefully. I want to trust you. I really do. But I feel like something is very wrong. If there's anything you're not telling me, anything at all, please. Tell me now. For a moment, just a moment, something like guilt crossed Kamsi's face. Her mouth opened. Like she wanted to speak. Like the truth was sitting right there on her tongue, waiting to come out. Like maybe, there was still something human left inside her. But then her phone rang. Loud. Sudden. Kamsi glanced at the screen. And her whole face changed. Hardened. Like a door slamming shut. Excuse me, Ma. I need to take this. She stepped outside the shop. Through the glass door, Nkiru watched her. Really watched her. Kamsi's voice was urgent. Angry. Her free hand waving in the air like she was arguing with someone. Her face, that sweet, humble face, was twisted. Ugly. Full of frustration. This wasn't the Kamsi who said yes, more and thank you, more and knelt on the shop floor in gratitude. This was someone else. Someone Kiru had never seen before. When Kamsi came back inside, the mask slid back into place. Smooth. Perfect. Sorry, Ma. Family issue. Kamsi. Ma, I need to tell you something. Nkiru's heart stopped. And then Kamsi's voice turned cold. So cold it felt like the temperature in the shop dropped 10 degrees. The transformation was instant. Like watching a snake shed its skin. Like watching something evil step out of a human costume. You can suspect all you want. Kamsi's eyes were hard now. Sharp. You can ask all your questions. But it's too late. Nkiru's breath caught in her throat. Kamsi stepped closer. Everything you have is already mine. Your customers love me more. Your respect is fading. Soon, even your shop will be mine. She smiled. That same smile from Nkiru's dream. You gave me the key, remember? Nkiru felt like ice water was pouring through her veins. Kamsi, what have you done? What you deserved. The words came out like venom. You think you're so good. So blessed. So favored by God. Walking around with your kind heart and your God will bless you. Kamsi's voice rose. You don't even know the people you've hurt. Hurt. Nkiru's voice shook. I've never hurt you. I gave you a job. I trusted you. Not me. Kamsi's voice dropped. Got quiet. Dangerous. My family. The air in the shop felt thick. Heavy. 5 years ago, Kamsi continued, each word like a knife, my brother Dubom came to this shop. He asked you to marry him. And you rejected him. In front of his friends. You made him look like a fool. Nkiru's mind raced backward. Dubom. Yes. Yes, she remembered. A man who'd walked into her shop when it was still small, still struggling. Arrogant. Rude. Demanding she marry him because he had money, because he could take care of her. She'd politely said no. She wasn't interested. He'd caused a scene. Shouted. Called her names. His friends had to drag him out. That's what this is about? Nkiru could barely believe it. A rejection from 5 years ago. You humiliated him. Kamsi spat the words. He's my mother's only son. Her everything. And you made him look like he was nothing. So you came here to destroy my life. I came to take what should have been ours. Kamsi's voice was rising, getting louder. If you had married my brother, our family would have had access to all this. This shop. This money. This respect. But you were too proud. Her eyes glittered with something dark. Something twisted. Now you'll lose everything. Nkiru felt anger rising in her chest. Hot. Fierce. But underneath the anger, was something else. Pity. Kamsi, she said quietly, whatever your mother told you to do, it's not too late. You can stop this. We can fix. Stop. Kamsi laughed. It was the ugliest sound Nkiru had ever heard. Bitter. Broken. Do you think I can just stop? Do you think this is some kind of game? Her voice cracked. I made agreements, Nkiru. Blood agreements. The spirits I called don't just go away because I changed my mind. The shop suddenly felt colder. Like something unseen had entered. Something watching. What did you do, Kamsi? For the first time, fear crept into the girl's eyes. Real fear. Her voice got small. Shaky. I gave them something. In exchange for taking your destiny. What did you give them? Silence. Heavy. Terrible. Kamsi. What did you give them? Her voice came out as a whisper. My womb. Nkiru's whole body went cold. My future children. Tears started forming in Kamsi's eyes. I gave them my future. Oh, Kamsi. Horror washed over Nkiru like a wave. Oh, God. Kamsi. Don't pity me. Kamsi backed away, voice rising again. It was worth it. I'll have your shop. Your money. Your respect. I don't need children. I need. She stopped. Mid-sentence. Her eyes went wide. What? Her hand flew to her face. What is? Blood. A single drop of blood dripped from her nose. Kamsi. The girl touched her face. Stared at the blood on her fingers like she'd never seen blood before. No. No, no, no. More blood. Pouring now. From her nose. Thick. Dark. Then from her ears. Kamsi. The girl's knees buckled. Nkiru rushed forward, catching her before she hit the ground completely. Somebody help. Help. Traders from nearby shops came running. Voices shouting. Hands reaching. What happened? Is she okay? Call ambulance. No, taxi is faster. Get taxi. Kamsi's body started convulsing in Nkiru's arms. Shaking. Jerking. Her eyes rolled back until only the whites showed. And when she spoke, when her mouth opened, the voice that came out wasn't hers. It was layered. Deep. Like multiple people speaking at once. The agreement is broken. Nkiru's blood turned to ice. She prayed. The covering returned. Nkiru's prayer. Her desperate prayer from last night. Protect me. I trust you. That prayer had broken the curse. And now the spirits, those dark, hungry spirits Kamsi had made agreements with, they were coming for her instead. The debt must be paid. A taxi screeched to a stop outside. Hands lifted Kamsi's convulsing body. Nkiru climbed in beside her. Boromeo Hospital. Fast. The driver didn't ask questions. Just drove. Kamsi's blood soaked into Nkiru's dress. Hot. Sticky. The girl's eyes were still rolled back, her body still shaking. And all Nkiru could think was, she gave up her womb. Her children. Her future. For revenge. For a rejection that happened 5 years ago. What kind of mother would push her daughter to do something like this? At the hospital, doctors swarmed. Nurses shouting. Machines beeping. They rushed Kamsi into the emergency room. Nkiru stood in the waiting area, blood on her hands, blood on her dress, her whole body shaking. A nurse came out 20 minutes later. Face confused. Worried. Are you family? I'm her employer. Her vitals are normal. Heart rate, blood pressure, everything, normal. But she's bleeding internally and we can't find the source. We can't. The nurse shook her head. We can't stop it. Because it wasn't medical. It was spiritual. Nkiru pulled out her phone with trembling fingers. Called Ugochi. Mama, her voice broke, I need you. Something terrible has happened. Ugochi arrived at the hospital within the hour. When Nkiru told her everything, the juju items, Kamsi's confession, the collapse, the older woman's face went grave. Nkiru, this is beyond hospital. Beyond doctors. You need spiritual help. Real help. I don't know where. I know someone. Ugochi pulled out her phone. My cousin's husband. Pastor Chidibia. Not the kind that just shouts and collects offering. The kind that knows how to fight these battles. While they waited, Nkiru went back to the shop. She needed to remove those cursed items properly. But when she looked under the desk, the black pouch was gone. In its place, a dead lizard. Its mouth open, eyes white, and sand scattered in a strange pattern around it. Her skin crawled. "Don't touch it." She spun around. An old man stood in her doorway. Tall, lean, kind eyes that seemed to see everything. Simple white shirt, black trousers, one Bible in his hand. "Pastor Chidibia," Ogochi said, entering behind him. "Thank God you came." The pastor walked in slowly, his eyes scanning the room, seeing things others couldn't see. "This place has been under attack. Heavy attack." He knelt by the dead lizard without touching it. "But the enemy made a mistake." "What mistake?" Nkiru asked. "He attacked someone covered by covenant." The pastor looked up at her. "Your prayer last night broke the agreement the girl made. Now the spirits are demanding their price from her instead. She's in the hospital, dying." "She's not dying." His voice was calm. "Sure. She's being tormented until the debt is paid." He stood up, looked Nkiru straight in the eyes. "The question is, do you want to save her?" Nkiru stared at him. "Save her? After everything she did?" "After everything she did," the pastor repeated gently. "That's what makes it a choice." He smiled. Soft. Understanding. Revenge is easy. Mercy is costly. They went to the hospital together. Kamsi was in a private room now. Still bleeding. Still convulsing. And in the corner, sitting like a broken doll, was an old woman. Mama Neka. When she saw Nkiru, hatred flashed in her yellowed eyes. "You. This is your fault." "No," Pastor Chidibia said firmly. "This is your fault. You sent your daughter to fight a battle with weapons she didn't understand. You traded her future for your pride." Mama Neka's face crumpled. "I just wanted, my son was so hurt. I just wanted." "You wanted revenge. And now your daughter pays the price." Nkiru approached Kamsi's bed. The girl's eyes were open but unseeing. Blood tears running down her cheeks. Nkiru took her hand. It was cold. So cold. "Kamsi," she said softly. "I forgive you." The girl's body jerked. "I forgive you for everything you did. Everything you tried to do." More jerking. Like something inside was fighting. "And I'm asking God to release you from every agreement you made. Every debt you owe. Let it be cancelled by mercy." She began to pray. Not fancy prayers. Simple. From the heart. Pastor Chidibia joined her. "By the blood of Jesus, we break every covenant made in darkness. We cancel every agreement signed with spirits. We declare Kamsi free." A sound like wind roared through the room. The lights flickered. The machines went crazy, beeping, flashing. And then, silence. Complete silence. Kamsi's body relaxed. The bleeding stopped. Her eyes closed peacefully. She began breathing normally. The doctor rushed in. Checked her vitals. This is impossible." She was critical 5 minutes ago. "Nothing is impossible with God," Pastor Chidibia said quietly. 3 days later, Kamsi woke up. When she saw Nkiru sitting beside her bed, tears immediately began to fall. "Why?" she whispered. "Why did you save me?" "Because someone once gave me a chance when I didn't deserve it. And because holding on to anger would have made me become what you feared I was." Kamsi wept. Deep, broken sobs. 6 months later, Kamsi walked into the shop. She looked different. Healthier. Clear eyes. Dignity in her walk. "I came to say thank you." And to tell you, I got accepted into evening classes. Business administration. Nkiru smiled. A real smile. That's wonderful, Kamsi. It's because of you. You could have destroyed me. Instead, you gave me a future. And so, the story of the evil assistant became a story of something greater. Mercy triumphing over manipulation. Light overcoming darkness. The power of forgiveness to break even the darkest chains. Remember, not everyone who comes with a smile comes with good intentions. But also remember, the same mercy you show others is the mercy you need someday. Protect your peace. But don't let bitterness steal your power to forgive. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button. Comment your thoughts. And subscribe to Folktales by Amara for more powerful African stories that heal, teach, and transform. To our returning family, thank you for being here. You are the heartbeat of this channel. More stories coming. More lessons. More truth wrapped in ancient wisdom. See you in the next episode. Stay discerning. Stay blessed. And remember, your story isn't over yet. God bless you.